arrest of two men caught on video grabbing mail from a blue post office collection box and then chucking it into a waiting car has shined a spotlight on a growing problem. Thieves are getting access to mail with stolen Postal Service keys, and a branch of the Postal Service's law enforcement arm says that this problem was predictable. Wave troubleshooter Mark Stevens shows us how more of this lucrative world is being found out.
Yeah, the question we kept getting is, why are thieves targeting mail? Well, they're after checks because check fraud is a crime that's alive and well.
I'll call it 623.
For 5 months now, Robert Zoeller has been stumped.
I have had at least 4 checks that just disappeared into thin air.
His Louisville Water, Verizon, and Spectrum accounts weren't getting paid.
And the only way that I knew that the companies did not get my checks is I would either get a late fee or I would get a message on email saying, hey, you owe us whatever amount.
And the mystery only deepened when he got this postcard from his bank.
On June 15th, somebody somewhere tried to cash a check for $9,740.
He checked his register.
And I'm looking at the check that they tried to cash, which was check number 6203, which I never sent out. I don't even have that check in my possession.
And then he remembered that troubleshooter video of Brandon King and Angel Martin swiftly opening up a post office collection box in Jeffersontown, chucking the mail into their car, and driving off. Police said they caught them with a Postal Service key.
And I'm going, that's where my check ended up at.
Now, we can't tie Zoller's check to King and Angel, but that is a box he drops his mail into frequently. And when he went to the post office, an employee told him lots of keys have gone missing.
There's a lot more keys missing than one. He said, we don't really know how many are missing.
The Postal Service's Inspector General issued a critical audit in 2020 saying the Postal Service's management controls over arrow keys were ineffective. Specifically, the number of arrow keys in circulation is unknown, and local units did not adequately report lost, stolen, or broken keys or maintain key inventories.
He said they are stealing mail out of boxes, outside boxes, from here to Cincinnati.
The Postal Inspection Service confirmed it was investigating mail theft complaints in a story we did back in May. Data we obtained through the Freedom of Information Act showed the postal inspectors had received 624 mail theft complaints over 15 months. The evidence-based cybersecurity research group out of Georgia State University has been tracking check fraud related to mail theft on Telegram chat rooms and then the dark web. In October last year, it tracked 60 chat rooms and found nearly 200 stolen checks from Indiana and 13 from Kentucky up for sale. As we dug on Telegram, we found a half dozen Postal Service keys for sale. Price, $1 to $3 grand. It's all yours.
But these keys allow access not only to the blue collection boxes, but they also allow access to apartment panels and cluster boxes. So it was a free-for-all.
Besides the keys, we also found people posting checks for sale and a short video showing someone washing the ink off a check.
We were deployed to specific zip codes where mail theft was most prevalent. We were using crime mapping. We were using local police statistics. And you could do a lot with a little.
King and Martin are now facing federal charges. An affidavit filed by a postal inspector in the case said he was aware of $350,000 in check fraud related to mail theft in Jefferson County alone. The inspector also noted 3 mail carriers have been robbed between January and October 2020. Postal Police Officers Association President Frank Albergo says that's why his officers were stunned when the Postal Service told them they could no longer patrol outside of post offices in 2020.
All of a sudden, the Postal Service decided that we shouldn't be doing that anymore.
The union sued, but a federal court tossed the case, saying the Postal Service's interpretation of the law was fine. The Postal Inspection Service sent Wave a statement saying, in part, postal police officers do not have the authority to investigate crimes off Postal Service property. That's the role of the postal inspectors. Albergo disagrees.
It's better to deter crime rather than investigate it after it happens.
That federal case against King and Martin is just getting started. Whether that pair is entirely responsible for the surge in mail theft or just part of a number of criminal operations remains to be seen. Mark Stevens, Wave News.